When you're in your own city or your own culture, everyone has their own cliques. And here, you know, everyone's kind of forced together. We only have one community, really. So your audience is right there, and everyone's kind of hungry for something, even if they don't know what it is exactly.
When you come to Japan, I don't know how you guys were when you first got here, but I could speak no Japanese except for like numbers and food, you know, and animal names. So I could count animals with you and tell you what they ate maybe, but I couldn't do any other job besides teaching English, so it was limited, you know. I just wanted to start making something. I wanted to maybe like a transition to way to not teach English, because I felt too compartmentalized, I guess. I felt too trapped.
Now, but also my whole life, I've had friends who are super talented, and I just see their talent wasted because they aren't confident enough or they don't have an outlet to publish their work. Sometimes people come here and they see it as maybe this kind of like interlude in their lives. They're not really sure what they want to do or if they have the space or the community to be creative. So I feel like a lot of people, when they come here, they kind of put their creative lives on hold.
Like, it was really a chance to like be whatever I wanted to be or try something that, you know, no one could say that I couldn't do it or that it wouldn't work or anything. And that was really inspiring.
I feel like people need a place to be creative or an opportunity to be creative. I lived in Africa for 2 years because, well, I wanted to help kids there to be creative because, well, kids there at schools, teachers would like look at their art or like drawings, and they would say, "Oh, this is not beautiful. This is shit." And, you know, how is creative? How can that improve their creativity?
Yeah.
They're gonna think like, "Oh, this is not for me because I suck," right?
Yeah.
And yeah, well, I think it's the same in Japan, and it has happened to me. Like, I stopped doing things because, well, I felt like I was being judged for what I do. But really, I don't know, like, yeah, well, I guess, like, I just really feel like we need a place, an opportunity to be creative.
Yeah, I know. Right, it's okay. You want to move it? Okay. Hello!
Still waving even though I haven't got my camera on. Yeah, I remember, I feel like we started it all in order to have a party. It was like, so we'll have a party, but we're going to do it the most complicated way. We're going to have to get people to write things, and we're going to have to make this magazine, and then we can have a party. We should have just had a party, maybe.
As a foreign English teacher in Japan, we don't know going in that we are going to be very separate from the general Japanese population. And because most of these people we meet, well, they want to meet foreigners to speak English. So yeah, our community was too much expat, foreign, and, you know, and I think the whole time I lived in Japan, I felt that. And so, yeah, this was definitely even on a personal level, just to meet people outside of that community who were creative.
From the start, I had this sort of romantic idea of like zines, photocopies, and like sort of punk zines and like riot girl zines. I was like, oh, it's just going to be like that. But it took ages to get the layout right, because I had to print it first from the computer, and then get it right, because I was cut and pasting it, and of course when you got something wrong you'd have to start all over again. It's not the same. If you just do it on the computer you can change it so easily. I know that now.
Looks like a real magazine. Like, it's as nice as anything that we do on the computer. Definitely has the handmade feel to it. You can see the cut marks, and you can see where everything was pasted in.
Luckily, I did live above a Lawson's. So it was like, be upstairs on my computer, put it on a memory stick, go down to Lawson's, print it out, go upstairs, check if it was all right, and if it wasn't, I'd have to resize it, print it again, go down to Lawson's, back up. Yeah. I think I honestly don't know what they thought of me at Lawson's. But they were so polite, they never said anything. So it's okay.
I don't know about you guys, but the whole way along I was so surprised that people were into it and really like supportive, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Things seem to be a lot easier than I thought they would be.
Yeah, from the teachers and the friends that I took the party, like they know us in the capacity of working or of going to bars or just hang out. So seeing that we could do something productive like this, and again that all these people showed up, yeah, I think not disbelief, but they were like, yeah, this is really a feat, and they wanted to see it grow. I think was the main consensus.
Yeah, everyone was like, when's the next one?
Yeah.
I'm so happy that it has continued and grown so big.
I think for me, Kamikoki made me realize, like, that, you know, if you want to create something, create it. Like, I mean, you have to find a way to do it, but, like, you can just run with it.
Yeah.
It just felt like a community, and I feel like I hadn't been part of that in a long time. Take a step back with my job as an English teacher. I move every 3 months, and so I get the chance to move all over Japan and meet lots of friends. But I don't want to say the friendships are superficial, but they're just kind of fast. Or sometimes it's hard to become close friends with people you've only met after 3 months. So when I came to the event, the Kamikoki event, it was just so nice to see so many people that were close, and then for me to be welcomed into that, it was just very comforting. It was very nice.
Going to the launch party of Hair and reading it really helped, because I think I saw through that what a diverse range of people and media appeared in that magazine, and so it was quite easy to imagine that I could potentially have a place in that. It didn't, you know, I think what was appealing to me about it was obviously there's a sense of unity, but there's also a real sense of diversity within that unity, rather than this kind of, this is our style and you better comply with it or get out kind of thing.
I really like the idea of Kamihikoki magazine, what we do, because, well, not only we are creating something physical, we can actually get together and celebrate art and, like, get to know people. You know, that's, like, interaction. Actual interaction is, what I really love about this magazine, I think.
Yeah, we've kind of created a community from it, which is cool.
Right, yeah.
I'm really happy that the magazine has grown more bilingual, because I feel like so often there's like this gaijin community and then the Japanese community, and we live in Japan. We shouldn't be two separate communities, but it's hard to assimilate sometimes.
When I got the email saying I was in, I guess I felt relieved and kind of excited, like something is going to happen, maybe. Yeah.
Has something happened?
I think it's been really a great experience for me being published twice. Thank you. But actually, more than the publication, or rather kind of consolidating the publication, I think doing the reading at the event was a really big thing for me. Doing the reading kind of proved to be a chance to get to talk to lots of people, and that was really good for me.
My photography teacher told me probably the most useful thing about photography. If you want to be a photographer, do it. You will never have the time to be a teacher and a photographer. You'll never have the time to be another job and a photographer. And his advice has been so true, especially recently, because I'm so busy teaching, but my true passion is photography. And maybe I'm just a little scared to make that big jump to quit teaching, quit being comfortable and jump into photography. But I do consider myself a photographer. But, you know, I'm just not getting paid for it.
I just want to write more and get it out there more, I think. I think something I've realised recently is it's just about doing it. You know, that's the only thing. Like, and the more I do it, the more I learn and the better it gets. You know, that I think I once doubted that would actually work, but I feel that it really is. So I think just keeping on is probably the thing. And, you know, finding more opportunities like Kamihikoki would be a wonderful thing. I think the thing of actually being able to talk to the people who are reading your stuff, and, you know, knowing that they're all part of a local community is a really rare thing these days, probably. So that's really valuable, I think.
I just think anyone should try what they want to do. I think the hardest part is knowing what you want to do, really. Which, even more backtrack, when I was 25, it was like, I remember that summer and I remember that year, I really felt like I knew who I was. Like, I felt like I knew me. Like, I knew I wanted to make art. How or what? Like, I had no clue. It's like, but I was comfortable with who I was and what I wanted to do. I just don't know how to do it, and I still don't really know how. But I feel like if you do something, like for me to make the first step to make shirts, first, like, I met Marlon. He's like funky dude, funky Mexican dude living in Osaka. Is like his whole vibe and his whole thing, and then into the screen printing, and then making shirts, and then finding people who are into the shirts, and then through that, like I said, getting other kinds of opportunities, and then meeting you people, and then having other events, and then going to other events, and then meeting musicians, and like, I don't even know like how many friends or connections or possible scenarios in the future have started just from doing one thing. So I don't think anybody should be scared to try something that they want to do. Just try it. If you fuck up, try something else, you know, or try it again better.
I think the takeaway from all of this is like, just do it, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you had told me before I left and before I came to Japan that this would have happened and that we would have made this project and that it would have been as kind of positive and exciting as it was, like, I would have said, no, that won't work, you know, or I would have been like, you know, a bit more critical. But I think it's like you said, Allison, like, people are more supportive than you think, and you just gotta put it out there.
今僕は地球儀の上を歩いてる例えばアリになってどこへでも どこへでも行ってやるんだ君がどこかの国へ忘れ物をしてもたどり着くのはあと数分さお茶でも飲んでる間に届けるよ僕は地球儀